up here. Get some people in here. Nobody in here yet. Friday, so I don't look for, or Thursday, weekday, so I don't look for a lot of people to be in here. Being a weekday, work day, whatever you want to call it. There's one. But pouring down, raining right now. And I got my shipment in for my spooks. And I'm going to start painting on them. I got new ones that I'm putting out. And I've been waiting forever. It's been about a month and a half. And I finally got an order of blanks in. These are the Catfish Dragon spooks. These are big ones. If you're familiar with the ones that I've had last year and the year before, this is one of them. That's the biggest one that I was making. And this year, everybody wanted the big ones, so I got a hold of a company in China, and they made them. They're an inch longer and bigger around. Shelts is who. They're a copy of the Shelts is what they are, but they're a lot more closer to the brute size. They're not quite as big as the brutes that Heathen Dragon has, but they're pretty darn close. But I need to paint them up. They're already at the Hobby Hut. Has them in Perry. They already have these big ones. They got all three sizes. And then I also have been working on, in the off time this winter, I've been painting the crankbaits that you use to pull for crappie. Different ones. To get them packaged up. But yeah, but no live fishing today. I mean, we can talk some fishing. But yeah, I hope you can hear me. This rain in the background's getting it, to say the least. Somewhere amongst this shop, I put my airbrushes with their pumps, and I thought they were in that container, and they're not. And I have lost them. So, excuse me while I move around a little bit here. I think they're down here. Found them. Yeah, tell you, I bought these little, they're Dove that makes them. It comes with the airbrush and the pump, and it's got 3 different settings on the pump. And it goes up to, I think, 30 PSI. I think it's 5, 15, and 30 PSI is the 3 settings. And then you get your airbrush, an extra fine needle for it. And they work slick. You don't take up any room. It's quiet. It works real slick for these, because I can get these. I got a couple of them. I can hook them both up with multiple colors, and I'm not spraying all one color and then got to wait for them to dry before I start the next color. I can paint one color off right on top of the next one. So, but I got a few of these, and they're cheap. They were like, I don't know, 50 bucks for each one. You know, if you want to get real detailed, I got these little holders. You can put these blanks in here. And I haven't used them in a while. I Last time I was painting, I think I painted them shut. They're not wanting to open. Rip the paint off. Well, that's tough. I painted them up pretty good. But, yeah, there we go. There's that one anyway. There's that one. But you can put them in there if you want. I just hold mine with our pliers usually. You can put them in there and you can move them around and do whatever. They come in handy time. But we're getting painted up. I got some of them I've done. They're in the house, they're not out here. But I mean, I might have some out here, I don't know. These are the bigger ones. You got all kinds, you know, they're different colors. That's sunrise. You got yellow, pink chrome, blood splatter, blue. Everybody likes the orange ones. Blue ones, all them stuff. That's the large ones. Here's one. Here's one I use to show people how to rig them. It's just an orange with black. That's one of the big ones there. Put 10mm eyes. I put a big eye on them. I don't use the eyes that, when you buy these blanks, a lot of them come with eyes. And the mold on them, on the standard ones you can get from the shelves, are 8mm eye. Well, I wanted to use a bigger eye, 10mm. So I had to make them with a 10mm cavity in there. You can see it. That's got a 10mm cavity, so I can use that bigger eye. That way it really stands out. I have different color eyes. I do different colors too. Like I said, I got some in the house that put the epoxy coating on and I've hung. And then on the first batch I got that came in, and then this batch here came in today. Another batch, got a batch of 1,000 today. I'm gonna paint up 100 of them today. Since it's raining and I can't go fishing or anything. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just get set up to do that. It usually goes pretty quick once I get set up. I paint up all about 100 in an hour. It don't take me too long. The biggest thing is some colors that you do, you got to have a base. And if you want the colors to be bright, you really got to put a white base on all of them. So usually spray them all white, and then from there paint the colors and all that stuff. But yeah, I tell you, it's raining pretty good. We're gonna have some running water. I don't have to work tomorrow or anything, so I know I'm gonna be on the lake tomorrow catching catfish in that running water is my plan tomorrow. And I got a couple people that want to go. At least they said they want to go. So we're going to probably put it out there on my Facebook page if somebody wants to tag along tomorrow. And that way they can get out. We'll see how many. Usually when I hear I want to go, and then I have to go sometime. I get a hold of them, and then when I get a hold of them, they're always busy. So sometimes that's just the way it works. Anyway, we're gonna get some organization going. Okay, we're gonna load up some paint for the first ones. Oh, and what I do is I have little tubs here, and they got water in them. I don't have much water. And then I got a tub with a towel I spray into, so it traps it. When I first start using earbrush, then I put water in these to clean my tools up when I'm done. But I didn't get any water before I started my stream. So, let's see. Alright, I gotta get some water. I'll be right back. Alright. A little better prepared. There we go, we got the water. Towel, and I'll tell you about why I use the towel. I like to use blue shop towels. They're cheap and you can't hardly tear them up when they get a little damp. But when I start out, I put my hand in the water, I'll get it damp. Just use that to get it damp. Pour some of this water in this container. Alright. Get me my chair. Okay. The reason I get this damp is because when you get these things in, after you have them made, they got I don't know if it's an oil out of the plastic when they get it hot, when they blow mold these, or what it is. But it'll make the paint just looks horrible if you don't wipe these off real good. It just literally, it won't stick to it, and it gets all bubbly looking and nasty and whatnot. And you don't get a smooth paint on them. I usually get out quite a few there. Shake up this. Gotta do some white and yellow. Find my yellow. White and yellow today. To start. Get that put on. This camera around a little closer here. Let's see what I got now. there about the overspray getting on the tripod. I don't know if anybody's typed anything or not. I haven't seen anything yet. I think I got it set up where it'll come across the screen if somebody types something. Put this in there. Pull that one up. Put the lid on it. I usually get paint all over me and everything else when I'm doing this. That's another reason to have this. Alright. Kick it on and see what. Good. I need my grippers. A very lovely wife helped me into my shop the other day, clean up some stuff, and now I can't find some things. I don't know. Oh, that had nothing to do with her. That's what happens when you get old. You forget what you're doing. I was using it to do something else. So, wipe this off. You don't have to get real. Just get this. They almost feel like there's oil on them. Just like to wipe that off. I do 4 or 5 at a time. Get them wiped off good. And we'll put yellow in this one. These are just acrylic paints. I hear people, you know, we did that and we just rattle canned them. Well, if you just want solid colors, you can do that, it's fine. But it's enamel paint, and your clear coat epoxy that I use anyway, it doesn't react real well to an enamel paint. It tends to make it almost looks like lightning effect on it. When you put it on there, it separates it and it doesn't react well to it. And all I do, put a light mist. I'm not running a lot of paint. All I'm doing is putting a little white on there. Just like that. But you need something you can't see through. If you spray yellow straight on these, and I'll show you one real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I think of these about, usually I do like 10 white, and then I'll grab the yellow and paint the ones I just painted white with the yellow. And I'll show you what happens if you just use yellow. Yellow's not, even if you buy opaque paints, which I do, it doesn't, you can't get it on there. You can see through it. What's going on with this one? Why is this? Oh, I see. There we go. What happens is if you spray just a yellow, this is just straight yellow. I'll show you the difference. This isn't a fluorescent yellow or a neon. I have them, but this is just yellow. I sprayed this on about twice as thick as I did the other one. See how you can still kind of see through it? I don't know if you can really see it real good on that camera, but you can still see through it. And it's not yellow. I mean, this is what it's supposed to be. It doesn't really, yeah, you can still see the seam on the back of that where the lure two halves are put together. It's almost a little bit transparent. And I mean, if that's the effect you're going for, that's great. But if you really want to be yellow, then you got to use white. Even black or gray works. Black, you got to use a lot of paint to get through, and it'll look a different yellow. It's kind of like if you've ever painted anything, especially vehicles, spray paint, or any kind of metal. If you use a white primer and you spray it white, use white primer and then spray white, it'll look different than if you use a gray primer and spray white, or a black primer and spray white. Just like different red. If you use a gray or a black primer or a brown primer and you spray red afterwards, it'll look different. It'll look like two different color reds if you got different color primers. So, but what happens when you spray the yellow on top of this white, I just use little hooks. I made these things to hang these. But if you take this one I just did, and now you spray it with yellow. Wanted paint the cover. You actually get a solid yellow, and you can't see through it. And this is one that I do. I don't really have a name for the color, but I do that, and then I put red on the head so the eyes really pop, and then I put black splatters on it, and it turns out awesome. When you epoxy them, it really makes the colors come out. Because when they dry, this acrylic will be kind of a dull tone. It won't have a real sheen to it. But yeah, I like, just like I said, doing 10 white and go back, do the other one. You don't really have to worry about them drying in the airbrush. It don't take that long to put the white on there. If you dilly-dally, it's been 45 minutes, dilly-dallying doing it. You're going to have a problem. But as long as you're spraying fairly consistently, you don't have to worry about the brush drying. And these are water-based, being acrylic. So everything cleans up easy with water. About every 20 or so I paint. I take my airbrush apart, clean it real good, and then do the next ones. Just keeps things from painting consistently, nice and smooth. yeah, that's what's going on today. Anybody typed anything or not? It's a downside to doing this. I don't do enough lives to know when I can't see if anybody types it. Normally I can see it. Showing people on camera. Oh no. Just paint away. Man, I wish I knew for sure. Well, I see one problem. I'm on my house internet, not on my shop internet. Well, I hope you're getting a decent picture. It's only got about half the signal. If I can change that or not. Still here. Says I'm still here. Hope I'm still here. It's moving anyway. Now I got full signal. I have better picture, better sound. Or it could be the same, I don't know. I just switched networks. Surprised it didn't disconnect me. We got 7, now it says 14. So I don't know. Hell, I may be talking to the camera and not talking to nobody. That wouldn't surprise me. Oh. Somebody type something in the chat. See if I can see it if you haven't. If somebody hasn't already. See if anything comes up. Nothing comes up. I'll see what I can do to investigate that. I got a laptop. I thought about using that for this. It's got a camera on it, but it's about 20 years old, so it does all right as far as watching videos and stuff like that. I know this iPhone camera is a lot better, and I have not seen anything on here, so I'm gonna push buttons. So if I lose it, I'm gonna be back. Green screen, no, not now. I don't need that. What's this? Retouch? No, I don't need that. Heck, I don't know. Why can't I see? What's this do? Oh, that switches it around. You can see the coat rack. If I touch it down here, what's this? Nope, that ain't it. I don't know. If you're typing something and I can't see it, I apologize. Because for whatever reason, I can't get it to see 5 thumbs up. That's weird though, because I can normally see it. What's this? Nope, that turns camera off. Highlight, save channel up, last 5 minutes. No, that ain't what I want. Green screen, not now. I don't know. Huh. I don't know. I may have to figure it out. May have to stop and figure it out. I don't like somebody ask questions or whatnot. I'm not just a rambling on and on about nothing. I can actually answer their questions. Have a conversation, sort of. Normally it just automatically put them on the screen. Do, 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 do. 30 minutes. I know my internet's good enough I can run multiple things. So if I have to, I'll go get the other deal. Why can I not read? Well, I don't know. Good. 14 people. And I don't know why I can't read chat. Okay. I gotta figure this out. Why is this not working? I don't know why this is not working. But I don't like it. One, two, three, four. Three more. I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then I'm going to figure out why I cannot see if anybody's typing. I just want to look, see if anybody's typing anything. I'm going to run in the house and pull it up. I know what I can do. I don't have to run in the house. I can just turn on my, I got it out here on the TV on the wall. I can turn the TV on out here. And I'll be able to see chat on that. That's the nice thing about it, having a decent shop. I got internet out here. I got TVs on the wall. All that good stuff. Fire up the old Amazon Fire TV here. Go to YouTube. Whatever works. It's working. Watch as guest. And he is live. Okay, it didn't put my picture I took to start this. Let's see here. Is it gonna work? It's working. It's not working. Let's see here. Is it gonna work? Oh, it's delayed. It's working. It's not working. Oh, it's delayed. It's working. It's not working. Let's see if I can see comments off of this thing. How do you see comments? I'm telling you, I'm not. How do you see comments? I'm telling you, I'm not. Channel. There we go. Dislike settings. Dislike settings. Man, I think I'm getting some interference. So I'm going to shut that off. I couldn't see the captions if you're talking. So about 4 people took off out of the channel pretty darn fast. So I think this interference is messing with it. Because there's nothing in here squealing like it that I was getting anyway. I'll finish these white out and these yellows. And then I'll do a little investigation. I'm going to shut this one off and start a new one. And figure out why. 1, 2, 3, 4. What this is I'm counting these because I sell these 3 in a pack. And when I do these up, I do 5 of them. I do 15 at a time in one certain color. That way they all match. And then that way when I go to package them, when I sell them to my retailers, most of them want like 5 packs of each color, each style, whatever color pattern it is. So I got at least 5 packages of a certain color pattern. Like I said, the Hobby Hut, they've stocked up on all the DL stuff, the DL sinker stuff, and the dragon weights, the line rattles, all 3 sizes of spooks, lead sinkers, all that stuff. They're completely stocked, ready to go for the spring. I know Nick at the hunting corner, he needs some stuff, but he's still got a pretty healthy amount from the order right before winter. And I know he's got some of the standard size and the large spooks there. And he's got dragon sinkers, I know. He's got a few pre-ties left, but not very many. He may have had a couple packages of line rattles, I'm not sure. They sell pretty quick usually. That's all the white. And then I have not been to breeding farms with stuff yet. I talked to Sean, the owner, a couple weeks ago, and he said that he had some stuff, but he definitely was going to need filled, but he hadn't been getting hit yet by the fishermen because it's still early. So, and I knew these I had coming. I'd already sold all of the ones that I had that I'd done up over the winter. So I figure I'd just wait till I got this order in and got them painted, done up, packaged, and then stop by there and get him filled up. Yes, I do sell these individual people. I don't just sell to retailers. If you do want them, get a hold of me direct on Facebook, or the DL Sinkers on Facebook, of course. I'm in the process. We're in the process now of building a website, and we'll have them on there. I will ship. I do accept PayPal payments. That's something new because I had an issue with PayPal about 2 years ago, and I hadn't been doing any shipping, no PayPal, anything, the last 2 summers because of it. But I've got that all resolved now, and I've got the PayPal back going again, so I can take PayPal payment and ship. Granted, the cheapest shipping right now is like $9, so and the whole point in these is me doing these mainly one for myself, and then everybody started asking me about it, all this stuff. But these are a lot cheaper. I sell these a lot cheaper than the big names, but I'm not trying to really compete with them. I sell locally mainly. I mean, I sent them to Alabama, and over in Illinois, Tennessee. But yeah, so and they're watertight. They don't. You know, the newest thing now is the line throughs, and I cannot get that blank. Not yet. As soon as I get that blank, I can get that blank made. I'm hitting some made. But it's actually, they done it right. They got it patented. So it takes so long before you can, you know, you got to change some design, some major design on it before you can make a similar one, or you get in trouble if they want to pursue it. And if I was them and I came up with a new design that I thought worked better, not that these work bad, they will do exactly what they're supposed to do. But the line through design, I think, is going to be a game changer on these. I still use these, but at the same time, you can buy, at least for mine, 3 of these. I'll sell you for $12 for 3, $2 a piece, direct from me. If you go to retailers, they're going to be a little more than that. I think they're selling them for 16 or 17 for 3. For these big ones. My small ones I do for 8 for 3. The large ones I do for 10. So and I'm not really making a lot of money on them. It covers my costs and gives me a little extra. But that's my retail prices too from the retailers. So, and I sell a few of these. I probably sold, I don't know, a couple hundred this year out of the shop. By far, retail sells more. A lot of times, I just can't. We either can't hook up because they're coming by when I'm not home or at the shop, or they want them shipped and I wasn't shipping them, so they had to go through a retailer. Bait store, if you have a bait store, like to try them, get a hold of me. I'll send you a sample pack of everything. I have a retail starter pack I send out to retailers. That's so much inventory and what you should be selling it at, how much you're going to make them, what the profit margins is, all that. But basically, the retail service pack that you start with. They start, I want to say it's $400 initial investment for one retail pack, and out of that retail pack, you're going to almost double your money on it. And for a retailer to be able to do that, and not outprice, you're still going to underprice anybody else that's making and selling these. It's just the way I'm doing it. It amazed me when I went to buy these things and paying $21 for 3 of them. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how much are these things to make? And then when I actually got a hold of people making them to see how much it was to buy the blanks and paint them myself, I was flabbergasted at how much the companies are charging for these. Now, granted, mine are not realistic paint job stuff. I mean, they're the right colors. They look kind of cool, but they're not photorealistic. I'm not gonna. I don't do that. In my opinion, there's no reason that you don't want them to hit. You don't want them eating this. You want them finding your bait, for one. But realistically, in my opinion, this and black, solid black's the best color. But everybody wants colors, and that's fine. To each their own. Whatever you got confidence in, that's the thing. If you got confidence in using yellow ones and green ones, or blue, or red, or black, or whatever the color is that gives you the confidence, you're going to probably do better with it, believe it or not. I know some people that don't like them at all. They just use a standard, like a 3-inch peg float. No rattle. They don't like to rattle. Do I think it helps? At times it does. I've seen times when I fished it right beside one that's just got a standard peg float with no rattle. And we caught every fish on one that had these on it instead of just the regular peg float. And then, depending on the bait you're using is the big thing, I think. If you're using shad, or if you're in an area where you're using skipjack, or even the largemouth, the big silver carp, getting them when they're small and cutting that up and using them like on the Missouri or Ohio or Tennessee River, somewhere like that, where you can use them. They're already in there. I think these make a difference. If you're somewhere fishing from the bank with no current, like in a lake or reservoir, and fishing worms or something, stink bait, I don't think doesn't make any difference at all. Mainly in moving water. If you're dragging baits, I think they're definitely a plus. Will help the success rate in moving water and dragging or drifting with baits. I think is the big thing where they really shine. But if you're somewhere just bank fishing, or even in a boat just tied up fishing from anchor position or nosed into the bank, whatever you want to call it, and you just throw them out tight lining with no current, I don't think they make any difference at all over a peg float. And with some baits, especially like stink bait, I don't think you want any float. For me anyway. But that's just my opinion there. If there's any running water, I'm running it. Or if I'm dragging baits, I'm running some sort of float and rattle. Definitely. I think there's a huge difference between having it and not having it in them situations. I'll do yellow today. Yellow and red and black. And I'm going to do some blue and silver and black. After that, probably some gold, rose color. I did some of these pretty realistic for a guy, but after I've done them, the time it takes, and you got to buy the stencils. I bought a few sets of stencils, crappie pattern, whatnot. So much. You spend at least with me, I get 2 airbrushes. With me, I spent almost as much time cleaning airbrushes as I did paint. you start getting all them colors. You can spend a lot of time just cleaning your airbrush clean. It's starting to not want to spray now. There it goes. We got yellow. We got yellow. 3 more. Yeah, finally getting some good rain though. We needed it. It's been pouring down. I see rain coming in, moving water in Norfolk for sure. Probably middle. I know they both gotten well over an inch now in the last 6 hours is the last thing I looked at. It's probably, they both had it over an inch. North and middle did. So I would say there's going to be running water in those 2 arms tomorrow, tonight. But we're supposed to get more storms tonight. I know thunderstorms later on tonight. And around 1 it said heavy rain. This is going to screw the crappie fishing up a little bit, I imagine. They're just starting to move up in the water. And it's starting to bite. The last 2 weeks has been real good. Crappie fishing. I went yesterday. I made a video. I just haven't posted it yet. I posted one yesterday, but that was a couple days before. I think that was Sunday maybe? No, that was Tuesday afternoon. I posted it yesterday. Yeah, it was Tuesday afternoon. I went the one I posted yesterday. The day before. And then I went yesterday again, and my wife went with me. And we videoed that. She didn't do much fishing, but she stepped in the back of the boat and hid out of the camera most of the time. But she's not here. I done had her bring out that laptop so I could see if you're typing anything. Okay, that's all of them I got painted up so far. I think I'm out of white, see if I remember it. Clean brushes. Yeah, I'm out of white. I'm going to clean my brushes. I usually just take this off. I got a little eyedropper. Those I put in a small one, just leave them in there. Then I got an eyedropper right here. I got clean water here, and I spray it down in my airbrush. Run it while I'm doing it. Get all the paint flushed out of it. Then clean my tip. Got little brushes. On that. White cleans up pretty easy, I tell you. The ones that don't like to clean up are the paints that have an effect in them, like this. They almost have like a powder in them. I'll show you one here that you can see it real good. This is what I mean. This is like the gold. It's almost like real fine glitter in it. And man, they'll plug them up quick if you don't keep those just clean as a whistle. They'll plug them little needle seats up and stuff quick. And then you got to tear the braid brush completely down. And it's not horrible to do. These Dovets are pretty good and easy to tear down. But it takes about 10 minutes to tear one completely down and clean everything and put it back together and whatnot. And this one, almost ready to be the red. There's the little cup. And I've got bigger cups. But honestly, by the time you spray, that little cup full of paint holds about an ounce, half ounce, something like that. By the time you spray that, you're cleaning your brush anyway. I've got some tanks that are like 3 inches tall and that big around that you can put on the end of these. You can put on them to use, but what I found is I used one time and I had to clean my airbrush before I used all the paint. My only thinking is it's for maybe somebody spraying automotive, or something, but you're going to have to clean that brush. You can only spray so much. But, and the bad part about it is them tanks, it ain't like you can take them off upside down because there's holes in the top of this lid. And that's so it draws air, so it'll draw the paint. And so it ain't like you can just flip it upside down and unscrew it and set it off to the side. You got to empty them out if you got to clean your brush out. Because if you don't empty that, you take this brush part, you pull that needle valve out of there. Because it's easy to do. You just unscrew the back, loosen it, and you can pull the needle out. So make sure and clean that. And you don't have to do it very often because it doesn't get dirty back in there. Then you put the needle back in, and it's got this little locking nut right here. Just push up against it and tighten it, and then that's what controls your spring-loaded. Is this thing here? Well, kind of like an ink pen. You push on the back of an ink pen. It's the same situation, except you're pulling this. That's what moves your needle back and forth to open up to let paint come out. So it'll draw paint out of it. So every now and then, about once every 10 times when I do that quick clean, I'll tear it completely down and clean out all that. The barrel don't hardly ever get dirty enough where you have to worry about cleaning it. And this paint, I buy airbrush paint. It's already thinned and whatnot. Everything, all the Facebook sites and forums and everything that listening and, watching those, seeing what people use and whatnot. Unless you're real experienced with using one, you're better off just buying the airbrush ready rather than buying the paint, thinning it and everything. Just buy the stuff you just put in and spray it down. If you don't get it thin enough, it won't spray. Too thin, when you spray it, it'll just run on your surface instead of sticking. And so, I talked to a couple people at Collinsville that were there. They did the realistic painting. They did realistic ones. And to ask them, what do you recommend as far as paint? And almost every one of them said the same thing. You know, if you haven't been doing it for quite a while and know what consistency that paint needs to be at to spray out of the gun, then you're better off just buy the ready to spray. And you can get, I mean, there's a box here, it's got 28 different colors. And that box is 30 bucks, you know. And it comes with these size bottles. They're a 2-ounce bottle, I believe, yeah. I've probably painted 1,000 of these. And the only thing I've had to order has been white, gold, and silver. And I'll tell you, also too, I say silver or chrome. It's actually, this color is actually, it's chrome is what it is. It's pearlized silver, and it's supposed to mimic chrome. There is not a paint out there that will stay chrome when you do the clear coat over top of it. They'll all turn gray. I've tried every one. If you see a crankbait or anything that's got chrome on it, that is foil. When I say foil, yes, it's just like aluminum foil. It's just sticky on one side. You buy it in sheets and you cut it, smooth it out on there, and then you can paint over top of it. They also make some blanks with foil in them, so you don't have to put the foil on. You can buy them. They're about twice as much as a regular blank. When I say blank, there again, I'm talking about this. But they actually make them and they got foil in them. But they're about twice as high as they can, which makes a huge difference in price. When you're doubling the price of something, you're just basically doubling the price of what I can do and sell for you. Is about where the amounts go. Okay, that's clean. Good people, keep quite a few people in here, more than I thought anyway. Stick around in here, appreciate it. Thumbs up, cool. Tell you what, for a rainy Thursday work day, you know, it's not bad. I have a feeling I have more in here if I could just see what everybody's typing. I got to get that set up. I'm going to do that here before I start putting the red on these and start painting the next group of whites. I'm going to go figure that out. So yeah, I'm going to figure out why I cannot see chats. If I have to, I'll bring a laptop out here and film on the laptop. Alright, so I'll be back. Thanks for watching this long. I'll be back here in a few minutes.